Mr. Speaker, at the start of this year, I made halving inflation my #1 priority. Today, we have delivered on working already on a new treaty with Rwanda, and we will finalise that in light of today's judgment. Let me assure the House, my commitment to stopping the boats is unwavering. The government has been working already on a new treaty with Rwanda, and we will finalise that in light of today's judgment. I am prepared to change our laws and revisit those international relationships. The British people expect us to do whatever it takes to stop the boats, and that is precisely what this government would do.
Thank you. What is it about the judgment of David Cameron and his relationships with Lex Greenhill?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm delighted that the former Prime Minister has rejoined government as Foreign Secretary. He brings unrivalled experience and relationships across the world and will do a fantastic job championing British interests everywhere he goes.
So when will he instruct the Foreign Secretary to give full public disclosure of his work for Chinese interests?
But the government's position on China is clear. China represents an epoch-defining challenge. That's why we have taken strong and robust steps to protect ourselves against the risk that it poses.
And that those areas which are not going to have HS2, compensation is also made swiftly.
I'd like to reassure him that we are committed to fair treatment for people affected by the changes, whilst also protecting taxpayers appropriately. Wherever property has been acquired for HS2, property owners have been fully compensated, and any outstanding cases will be settled. We are developing a programme to sell the surplus land on HS2 Phase 2 and ensure that it delivers value for money, does not disrupt local property markets, and I'll ensure that the Royal Minister talks and meets with him swiftly on behalf of his constituents.
Speaker, the inflation numbers this morning were very welcome, but the tax burden continues to bite.
Right now, inflation is falling, and we're sticking to our plan, which is delivering a halving of it this year, because that is the most effective tax cut that we could have delivered for the British people this year, rather than ambition to cut taxes for working people. And as we stabilise the economy, that's something that both the Chancellor and I are keen to deliver.
Experience. What would he say was David Cameron's finest foreign policy achievement?
The many to pick from, but what I would say is under his leadership, this country hosted what was widely considered to be one of the most successful G8 summits. Everything he's doing on this issue.
Question to William Cash.
Speaker, thank you. Will my right honourable friend give the House an assurance that he has made clear to the new Foreign Secretary, who of course we wish well, that and that he has agreed that his policy and conduct of EU-related affairs will be consistent with the government's 2019 election manifesto and the referendum, and is now fully committed to UK parliamentary sovereignty, self-government and democracy, and in accordance with the government's subsequent legislation.
Prime Minister.
Well, I'm delighted to give my honourable friend that assurance, because this is a government that is seizing the opportunities of Brexit, aided by his advice and support, passing the rule bill, ensuring that we can regulate our growth industries in a more